7 o'clock, July 23rd. We'll call the regular meeting of the Scioto Township Board of Trustees to order. Everyone, please stand and join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we'll have a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Moving on to reviewing minutes. Everybody had a chance to review the meeting minutes from the July 9th regular meeting.
Yeah, I have no corrections or additions.
Yes, looks good to me.
All right, motion to approve is submitted.
Second?
Yes.
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 Everyone had a chance to look at the bills.
Yeah, I have no corrections or additions.
Yes.
Motion to approve is submitted.
Second?
Yes.
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 All right. Open session, public comment. I have 3 tonight. Nancy Geiger's the first one.
I have candy in my mouth. Nancy Geiger, 17 West Street, Commercial Point, Ohio. I just wanted to get up here. I did watch the last meeting regarding, Corey, you were talking about the NCAs and things like that. And I just want to say, and I know Ralph and Ron can, and you should remember this, when I came in, I met with you. I met with Barks. He was over the roads. And it was always, in my mind, my intention that the village work with the township, because what we do affects the fire department. And I've always been a big advocate for that.
Absolutely.
So, and the NCA is actually formed of a committee. Its council will not be that committee. It'll be the NCA will be through the village, but it will have representatives from every place, like the developer, residents, possibly me and a council member. So, but I just wanted, it was kind of put on the record that, this council is really behind. I want you to know that this mayor has always been behind, even when I was a council member. So I wanted to have that on the record, please.
Okay, no, absolutely,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your candy.
Thank you.
Wendy Sizemore.
I just have some rough notes. There was a kind of a snide comment made by you again at another meeting, Corey, that I have an agenda. I do have an agenda. I have never hidden that agenda. For 16 years, I have not hidden that agenda. That is 10 years longer than we've owned that property on Gibson Road. I have been a teacher of the Constitution. I have stood up for private property rights as well as all of our God-given rights that are covered under the Constitution. So you can keep on me. It ain't gonna change. I do have an agenda. I don't hide from it. I see that prayer's on the agenda again tonight. And as a constitutional scholar, I've tried to avoid this conversation. But a lot of people ask me about it because they know my background. Public prayer in a public meeting is constitutional. It does not violate church and state as long as it's done within some parameters. But the problem has been, sadly, that this community has not been opposed really to prayer as they have come to me and as I have talked to them. It's been the person leading the prayer. There's an overwhelming feeling that the prayer is being led by somebody who lied and caused division and is a hypocrite. That's the concern. That is the problem with the prayer in the meeting. It's not a constitutional argument. There is no separation of church and state that prevents prayer in a meeting. You can sue me for defamation again if you want. I'm happy to prove my case as I did before. what my original and only intent was, now I'm gonna go on to speak about, is I do teach the Constitution, and usually I will do that in 12 weeks, 2 hours, 24 hours. I have 5 minutes a meeting, but I am gonna use it. The first thing I wanna talk about is the law of nature and nature's God from the Declaration of Independence. That quote came from Sir William Blackstone, probably the second most influential person on our founders, endowed by our creator with certain unalienable rights. That's creator with a capital C. Those words came from Thomas Jefferson, who was heavily influenced by John Locke, Pastor John Locke, who was the most influential defender of private property rights. And I want to say that private property doesn't just cover land. Private property covers a multitude of things. Our founders, though many were Christian, they were not all Christian, but they did believe our rights came from a nature and a nature's God. And if you read Sir William Blackstone's commentaries on the laws of England, it's quite clear that it was the God of the Bible is what the law of nature and nature's God was talking about. I have copies of those that I do loan out if anybody wants to read them, as well as John Locke's treatise. Are we a Christian nation? That's a big question that's asked. Most constitutional scholars will say no, that we're not. A lot of our founders were not Christian. And as a Christian nation, that's kind of an indication that we're a theocracy. Most scholars who would say that we are, they will qualify it with some explanation as to explaining the separation between church and state. I'm not going to go a whole lot deeper than that tonight, because it would get into an area that I do want my full time to go into. And that will be at the next meeting, that both the US and Ohio constitutions require a representative republic, not a majority rules democracy. And we have become very confused as a nation and now as a community of the difference in a representative republic and a democracy. It's quite sad, really, that coming out of our public schools and universities that we have a society that doesn't know the difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, last Grant, is it Samuel?
Yes, sir.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Grant Samuel, 8170 Hudson Road. Saw on the agenda tonight, biggest thing, and it's kind of been up on the meeting, like a lot of people at home just throw AirPods in, and I got stuff to do around the house like everybody in here does. Just listening and try to take part. I know this engine brake thing's come up. Trustee Wolf, I think you mentioned
Yes,
you sat
absolutely.
on the couch and you've heard it yourself. I work in that field adjacent a little bit. I know that there's been no shortage of debate about what to do about this. My experience with that, a lot of these trucks that are the loudest are typically privately owned. These fleet trucks, these guys aren't touching it. They're not deleting the emissions off of it. They are just straight and narrow. You don't hear those things run the Jake brake. They got 3 different methods they typically run. I don't know the legality of this. I'm not a lawyer. I think that probably, we kind of been stuck in a rut on this thing. I think it's been tabled once or twice now.
Yes,
Probably twice.
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the legality of this is, but just throwing up a sign that just says engine brake reduction hours between this time and this time. It doesn't have to mention a code, a reference. A lot of these guys that have these loud Jake brakes, these are nice Peterbilt 379s or whatever they're running. They've got the pipes on them. They know they're loud. They did it on purpose. So
Right.
I think if we threw something up there on there, I mean, even if it cuts it in half, I think that the resident or residents that are concerned about this might have a little bit of progress on it.
So I'm hearing you that you're in favor.
I think, I mean, I don't live there. I don't want to speak.
No,
and I'm not a
absolutely,
trucker.
no.
But I think that, I mean, if it was my house, I'd be a little livid about it. But
Yeah.
I think that we also have to be realistic that that's hard to enforce. Law enforcement's already strained. I've had them out to my house for identity theft stuff and just hearing, hey, we've got 2 people on this whole side of the township. So if you think you need us, call us now. Don't wait. So just keeping that in mind. I don't want them to be strained from real emergencies for something like that.
absolutely, yeah.
But just a food for thought on that. Just one other thing I had is like to commend you guys a little bit. Some of these meetings in the past I've heard over the last 3-4 months been a little bit out of hand, to say the least. People getting up and leaving the room. Things get heated. I get it. I mean, I get hot at work all the time. Like you can ask anybody that
It's your
knows
passion.
me. I mean, I get hot,
Passionate,
but
yeah.
there's also something to be said about cooler heads, calmer heads will prevail. There's quotes, grab it by the smooth handle like you would for your brother. I think that's just something to keep in mind when things are hot.
Absolutely.
Just growth is dividing. I grew up in a time that we didn't have the iPad kids like we do now. And my father took me to a township trustee meeting just like this, and we had to sit in the back. And I was like, Dad, why are we here watching Mrs. Watson have this meeting? He said, one day you'll understand. Well, now I do.
Full
Those
circle.
meetings were run real professionally. I appreciate the professionalism you guys have showed in these last couple meetings when things have been tough.
Appreciate it.
Disagreeing amongst yourselves or with constituents, people you represent. So I just want to say that, I
Yeah.
don't think it's perfect, but I appreciate you guys keeping it.
We're
long
getting
enough
there.
and something that I'd feel good bringing my kids to in the future and
Yeah.
not have it devolve into a shouting match. So I
That's
appreciate
great.
that.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your insight.
All right. That was all I had for now.
Okay.
Moving on to department updates. Fire department.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, you guys have my.
Yes.
Okay. BWC grants we've been applying for, they closed March 31st of this year. They haven't reopened yet. The one we just got was from last year and they paid those out. I talked to the BWC rep today. They have a meeting August 11th to reopen. They just don't know when. And when they do that, we're gonna put in for a cot. It won't pay for the whole thing, but it'll do a big chunk of it.
For what?
Battery operated cot.
What do you use that for?
Put in the back of the truck. Stretcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a fancy word for stretch.
Gurney. Cot.
Yeah.
Hey, don't ever blame me for asking stupid questions.
they,
I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
The only question that's stupid is the one you don't ask.
That's
So
right.
The money they give will cover about half of that. So that's better than
that's great.
How much are they?
No, absolutely.
80 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a stupid question.
No.
Then I apply for another grant typically for gloves and hoods. Set of gloves is about $120 now. Hoods are about $130. We haven't had to pay for many gloves and hoods over the past 5-6 years. We've gotten a few grants. I did purchase a hose tester last week. We've been borrowing off another department for 3 years, and I thought it was time to get our own because I don't want it to break on our watch. So we have our own now. That's part of our ISO rating, along with ladder testing, hose testing. That's all one of the components to it. I'll be on vacation next Thursday. It's coming up quick for a week. Everything's in service. The one employee we had that's been off, he'll be back next week at full duty. He's been checked off. So and that's all I've got. You guys have anything for me?
You got somebody pretty good covered for you while you're gone, you think?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yep. Full faith.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
OSDA, I had
Appreciate
mentioned
it.
that earlier. If I can ask you, I know we are financed the firehouse through that, but have you looked into that kind of grant before or?
It depends on what it's for.
Okay. Someone sent me something about they have OSDA grants and stuff for the fire departments. And so I didn't know if we ever even got one before.
So the ones I'm familiar with were more loans. I'm not familiar with any grants.
Oh,
for them,
okay. Gotcha.
where they have reduced interest rates, like with the fire station.
Oh, right.
But
Right.
with USD, there's only stipulations as well.
Oh, right.
You may
Yeah,
get a
don't we
cheaper
know?
interest rate, but there's an audit added every year, so it's a trade-off.
Okay.
Um,
Because the person said grants and
Yeah.
I just took it as.
yeah, I'm gonna look into it to see.
No, absolutely.
We'll see how it goes.
No, for sure. Thank you,
We
Chief.
hired a grant writer a while back, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Are we in regular contact with them, or
Yeah,
is
we
that
can still use them if we need
okay?
them.
Did that go pretty good?
Not the first time. There wasn't as much funds available that there has been in years past.
I mean, the process with them.
Oh, yeah.
They were on
Yeah.
it.
But I only like to use them for large grants. not-
Right. They're well worth their money, is
Yeah,
what I've seen.
If it's a grant over
Past.
$100,000, I'll call grant writer, but under 100, I'm
Sure.
gonna take care of it.
All right. A lot of cost in just applying, isn't there?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
have a
your
nice
vacation.
evening. Thank
Well
you. Yeah.
deserved.
Absolutely.
Zoning department, Travis.
We're gonna give Spencer a real hard time while you're gone.
That's fine.
He knows what the job takes.
That's fine.
He probably knows that by now.
He's probably watching.
Just don't drive
I was
over.
counting on it. That's why I said that.
Trustee Wassmus, my first year,
Yeah.
I went to go to the older firehouse we had, and I went to run over the hose, and they were like, "Stop!" I didn't know, but never run over their hose. So,
No,
if you know anything about a fire department, that's what I remember.
It would get pitched in the trash at that point.
Right,
You
exactly.
just want to see if it dings, so they're in there working. Huh?
Okay.
Good.
Oh, you're here.
Oh yeah. You should run out the door. Go
So
ahead,
that,
Travis.
the 13283 Mattville Road, the nuisance remedy that we've been working on for a while, we've contacted the prosecutor. There's no suggestions from them, so you need to find somebody.
No
to-
suggestions?
so I'd be up to you guys to suggest who we contact to go.
Have
Did you
we
make
made
any
the
calls or
I
anything?
don't know. who
Have
to
we made the
contact.
resolution declaring it a nuisance?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have the paper to be posted back up on the sign, but
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Julie since she's here. What's our next step? We've made the resolution.
Is this the 50586?
Mm.
Is it, tell me about the nuisance in question.
it's a vacant piece of land that's overgrown.
A house
It's been
burnt
like-
on the
yeah,
property.
So,
it's a
and,
nuisance.
and the township's getting ready to,
Yeah,
or the
remedy.
township wants to move forward
I'm
with.
getting a lot of complaints.
Sure, so, and have you taken any steps
Yeah,
today?
Oh,
they've
yeah.
been notified, we went through the whole process of notification.
Great.
Certified mail.
Posting,
Okay.
certified, that's all done, they declared it a nuisance, that's all done, now we just need to clean it up.
Gotta go
Yeah,
and mow it,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So, in terms of, so are you looking for someone who can, basically a vendor who can go out and mow
It
it?
said it could be the township or a vendor.
Well, before the prosecutor told us, remember, Ron?
Yeah,
Do not use the township employees or the equipment to go mow that.
Mhm.
To hire it out is the
So we're
best.
for a vendor, yes.
Okay, I can certainly, I don't know anyone off the top of my head, but I may be able to get you some.
I think we have some local vendors. I just
Yeah,
looking for
yeah.
our next steps, make sure we're doing it
Clarification.
I hear
procedurally
you.
right.
Okay, so, in terms of, do you have a copy of that second resolution? Do you have a copy of any of
To
the resolutions?
Declare that it was a nuisance.
Because it's not uncommon in those resolutions to authorize, like, you may have already authorized someone to go ahead and get a vendor.
Okay.
Um,
He'll get a copy and send it to
We
you in the
didn't.
morning.
But
So
that
we-
didn't happen.
That
okay.
wasn't.
Yeah.
That
we didn't
hasn't
get that
been-
far. We
Yeah.
just wanted to get it to the nuisance part.
Okay, but it's not uncommon in the original, in the resolution
It's
itself to
It's-
actually
it's not in it.
preemptively say, okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. If the board wanted to, there are a few ways of doing this. You could authorize, someone, could be your zoning inspector, to, enter into a contract for the removal, or to basically find a vendor. You could set a price threshold if you wanted to. You could also give him homework.
They have to be licensed and insured. Correct. Okay, I
absolutely.
just want to make sure.
Or that's a good idea.
Right. We
would
just
recommend.
can't, you know.
Not
yeah.
just, somebody taking their lawnmower out there. But yeah, there are a few ways of doing this.
Okay.
If you want action and you want this to move forward tonight and you don't have any contracts,
No,
okay.
nothing.
so, what the board could consider is passing a motion to authorize zoning inspector to, find a contract, for the nuisance abatement at the address that's listed here.
Mhm.
Up to a certain, not to exceed a specific amount, so and I
Right.
have no idea how much, I don't know how big the property is.
Can we
obviously.
just authorize him to get quotes and bring them back to us at our next meeting?
Correct, you could also do that.
Oh,
If
that's
you,
perfect,
you know,
yeah.
if you, again, recognizing that sometimes folks are like, nope, we don't wanna wait, but if you guys are okay, that's
It's
certainly.
been-
Heck, they've waited a year now.
It's been a
So
while.
2
Okay.
weeks ain't gonna be much.
Yeah, and if that's the case, if the directive is just find quotes, the board doesn't have to take any action tonight, you just, you know,
Get the quotes and then we'll
have a
make the action
consensus.
then.
Yep,
Okay.
Question
Are you
about that.
Good with that, Travis?
I'll ask for direction from you guys, like I don't know who I would contact or anybody. You said you might know a couple of people. So
Sure, Terry knows also some people.
So, I mean, just thinking
Okay.
common sense here. If somebody just shows up at my house and starts mowing my grass, and I'm gonna wonder who's there. Do we send them hey, it's gonna be this time and date? Township
They've
is-
been certified.
It's
sent
been
certified
deemed a
letters multiple
nuisance.
times, and
Well, I
then
know that, they know it's coming,
it's
but
gonna
should
be
we inform
reposted.
them of the date and time so that they are aware when we're coming to the property?
From a legal perspective, you don't have to.
It's a vacant lot,
And
so
it's
it's
a
nuisance.
It's it obviously there's nothing that would prohibit you from doing that.
I'm gonna repost it tomorrow on the property.
Okay,
What
perfect.
I
Mhm.
sent them again,
Let them
and
know.
they'll be
Yeah,
that'll
notified.
give them
Vacant
the
lot,
heads
I
up.
mean, don't have to really worry about somebody coming out there with
Well,
a shotgun.
they have.
Yeah.
No, but they've
But-
taken stuff down that's been
I
posted.
mean, I
so
think it'd be a good idea to inform them of the date and time.
they,
Can't do that now till we
Right.
get the quote and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
but
I agree.
that way there's no question.
That's why,
Hey,
yeah,
we told you we're coming, it's date and time.
The one,
sounds
I
good.
mean, the one I know of is that Z&K Excavating. They also do bush hogging and they're
Okay.
licensed and bonded. And I think that's who the property owner actually hired the last time to do it.
Okay, that works.
And then, I mean, you just have to go, I mean, there's other,
I'll just search bush hogging and
Yeah.
from there. Okay.
Pennington doesn't do anything like that, does he?
Uh-uh.
Just tree service.
just tree service.
All right. All right, we'll
Do we
take
need
care
to
of that.
pass something now on that?
She said no, just
No, he's gonna
instruct
bring
him
back
to
the
get
quotes
quotes
for
and
the
he'll bring
next
us back
meeting.
prices next
Yeah,
meeting.
next time.
Absolutely.
I sent a nuisance letter to 5760 Hazelwood Court. I've been asking for a remedy of a cleanup on oil and residue and everything that was left from an abandoned vehicle on the street. It's pretty detailed, and hopefully, give them 14 days to reach out to me, and hopefully we can get that taken care of.
Okay.
We got finalized the lot split on Walker Road. We had a zoning meeting on the 14th. Shed on Horseshoe, a fence on Messmore, and an accessory structure on Burgett. That's my permits. Anything from you guys?
Yeah, I have a question. So I remember, like, back when I was on the zoning commission, if we passed something, a resolution, we would usually ask you to inform the trustees. I think we need to develop, not that it's every time, you shouldn't be expected to do that unless they ask you. So I think we need to establish some kind of process. This last meeting, I watched it, and they got a lot of work done. I think they passed 5 different things that they'd like to inform us of, but I think we need to develop some kind of process where we get
Usually
that
the chairman
information.
or the
Typically,
chairman
the
or somebody
chairman,
of the
yeah.
board will come and do that for them. That's what, I think that's why Tom
Absolutely,
is here.
yeah.
Yeah. Because they're the ones that make the votes, they're the ones that do the.
Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
let them.
That way,
let-
if we have questions.
Less
too.
hands in the cookie jar. Let them
Yeah.
come up and tell you what
Absolutely.
they're going over and everything, and then that way.
What do you think about that, Tom?
We've done it all different kinds of ways. However, at one time, I'll go back to the McFarland area. And a few people past that, they were the mouthpiece. They're the zoning inspector. They were the communication person between board and trustees. Now, I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. We've changed, and that's the way it is. So I guess it would be.
Isn't there a procedure in the book?
Yeah,
If you
yes.
guys pass something that's an amendment to the book or something, it has to be heard or have to have a hearing on it. So it has to come.
Well, it has to come to you, and then if you guys say yay or nay, or yes, then there has to be a hearing.
Public hearing for it.
Yeah,
I thought there had to be hearing before we voted on
But
it.
these aren't
This more
text
is-
amendments
yeah.
or map amendments. These are just resolutions, from my understanding, of sending things to the board for their opinion.
right.
Okay.
So it's not officially approved. You're saying, here's these 5 ideas
No,
we
I see.
discussed, and
I
board
can-
of trustees look at it.
Yeah, I can explain a little more.
Okay.
When there's time.
I mean, it'd be nice if the board just put it in writing, and gave, if we did want to include in his report, like
That
you
would
could give
work.
that to him and then he gave it to us, cause you're at every trustee
That would
meeting
work.
anyway. And the zoning meetings, which Tom's here a lot, but be nice to establish a process.
Right.
so. But yeah, we can revisit that later. In the meantime, those 5 things, if you guys could just email them to us, and for the next meeting, we can give our opinion.
Or if you want to, you
Or
want to
if
give us
you
a general
know 'em,
idea.
Come on up.
I need to add some clarity to what was presented to you guys, so there's an understanding.
Well, nothing's been presented to us.
Well, I mean, what was sent via an email to someone there saying, these 5 things we talked about.
It was the board member Jake. He had forwarded it to,
Yeah,
you were on that email too. So
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's
You wanted
why I
more
made the
clarification from
recommendation.
that. Okay, that's understandable.
Do you guys have any other questions for Travis?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Should we invite Tom up here?
Thank you.
I think he just said he wants more clarification. But, I mean, do you want to go over that with us now?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Okay, the board has sent you 5, what we called motions. It was permission to give you the foundation of what we've
I
done.
don't think I got that. I just got a
It covered
generic
everything
email.
from
That's all. I got
industrial
sent so
use,
far.
dividing it into 3 sections, P1, P2, P3. It was about
It's an email from
questioning
Jake.
the real estate lot or growing of the R1. There were others that I don't have right this second, but there was a total of 5 that was in an email sent by Jacob. Mother-in-law suites,
Yeah, I
attached,
remember reading about
attached
that.
and detached. And then I think we went into family compound thing as well.
Yeah, see, none of that is
Yeah,
in the
he hadn't
emails.
emailed us any of that. The only one that he mentioned was the.
So we made 5 motions to
mother-in-law
bring
suite.
these topics to the board to see if there was an appetite to discuss or nail down. We didn't want to, it seems like, and the reason we're doing this, it seems like we're wasting some time. We need to be more efficient. And if there's no appetite for saying taking R1 from 1 to 25 acres, rather than creating another section of the book, it's 5 to 25 acres or whatever. We need to know so we can effectively communicate that, give it to Holly for review, and then the wording and everything's done. It makes it a lot more slim, or a lot more streamlined.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're working on.
Right. But if we pour in a bunch of work and you guys aren't even interested, then we just wasted township funds and time.
So the first one was to increase the size of R1.
There was two.
State laws.
That was twofold. We either create an estate or increase R1. There's benefits of increasing R1. Makes it more streamlined and comparable to the surrounding areas. As far as somebody switching from ag to R1, vice versa. It's much more friendly to our constituents because it's not, taking $1,000 a pop. If we do this right, it's just a change of zoning. What would that charge be?
$100 for
Yeah.
a lot split in the same district.
So there's benefits, there's pros and cons, but there's benefits as well.
If I could clarify, you want to move R1 to 25 acres?
I'm just throwing an example.
Okay, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Was there any discussion about ag going up to 10 acres or anything like that, or no?
No.
Okay,
we
that's
were
fine.
Concentrating.
I know
on
we've discussed that
R1
before
because
over
of
the years, but
estate.
okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm
I
hearing
don't-
you right.
I don't know what we can do with ag because of the ORC.
Yeah.
There's not a lot we can do. We can't go against the ORC.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
But,
But if we
And-
increase the R1, there's no reason for somebody to
and
say
see,
no.
that's where the confusion's coming in. And you can ask her, there's a definite distinction, and her, between
Holly, you
ag
know her.
as defined in the ORC and our ag zoning district. They are
Right.
not the same.
Right.
So that's, everybody gets confused on that. And they've been confused as long as I've been around here. Our ag zoning has nothing to do with the agriculture definition and agriculture regulation in the Ohio Revised Code.
We discussed that at the first meeting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that was part of my original intention, was to get rid of the ag name because everybody gets confused.
Absolutely.
When it's like 5.01, they think, oh, I'm ag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's ag, it's labeled ag district in our book, but it's not the same as
Right.
agriculture is defined in the ORC.
That
Well,
is true.
that's another question I'm coming up to. I think our next meeting, we need to hit the definitions hard. A lot of our definitions are not adequate. Structures,
Yeah.
it's not adequate. Obviously, ag's not
Yeah.
adequate. Just trying to get some momentum going.
Yeah. And it's,
This
and,
tremulous time, that's what
and-
we're trying to do.
and don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm okay with either way you do it. What my goal is when these, for lack of a better term, developers come in, and they split these farms up in the frontage of
Right.
5.01 to 10 acres,
Yeah,
because it's zoned ag, they don't have to come in front of the zoning commission.
right,
I want those people in front of the zoning commission so you guys can head off issues like we had down here
yeah,
before.
yep.
So, I mean, however you do it or call it, I don't care. I just want,
Sounds like
That's
that's
fine,
what
I'll
we
take
want to
that
direct
back.
them to work on. I mean, I've been hearing about this for years.
Yeah.
Clearly tell them.
Well, you said on
I
the
mean,
board.
you understand what
Yeah.
I understand, this is delicate, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it's common sense until you get down into it. And let's just say the environment right now, everybody's looking at everything, and I don't want me or any of my board to be accused of making rules that benefits them and doesn't benefit that. You know, there's a very delicate dance that you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's why there's 5 impartial board members. Absolutely.
but back to my point, my thing is I want to have those people come in front of you guys to eliminate
Right,
what we had down there.
Yeah.
If you guys, if
Mhm.
making the R1 district bigger follows with the rest of the community, neighboring townships, whatever, that's fine. If creating an extra district does it, that's fine. I'm just trying to tighten that loophole.
okay. So that's that subject.
Yeah.
I do wanna address the, mother-in-law suites. As you know, we're getting older. We've either got people that want to take care of parents, relatives, or say, handicapped personnel and stuff.
Challenged. Yeah.
And the vision would be we would not end up with the Walker Road issue that we had, to where we automatically made an acre of useless land to anybody.
Yeah.
Landlocked and everything else. Our thought, and it's been mirrored in other locations, that we could have a mother-in-law suite that would have the same setbacks as an auxiliary structure.
You're talking a separate building.
Separate.
Not
Now,
connected
there's-
to the original. Okay.
Right. Because there's a lot of people that they want to keep an eye, but maybe they don't want, you know, that close proximity. They still want to feel a little independent, but yet, you know, we gotta, our climate has changed, our society has changed, we're getting older. If we want to be, you know, incorporate the best case of our area for our constituents, I think this is a thing worth having. So, I mean, not asking for a voice, but a thing we should discuss and be able to propose to you. And that's the reason behind it. I just wanted to.
A lot of people got denied their mother-in-law suites is not with the original building connected over the years, and it hindrances on a second dwelling, and then the health department gets involved. Have you reached out to the health department to maybe ask them?
Yeah,
like,
the health
well-
department basically bases everything on restrooms, so,
No, absolutely, yeah.
and I think Holly will attest to this, that, you know, they would have it would be the same thing. If they could do it and there's room, they can do it. If they can do it and they can't tie in, they can't do it.
Got it.
You know, it's
Okay.
still, there's still.
I just want to make sure we don't get down this road and all of a sudden the
Yeah.
health department says no. You know what I
No,
mean?
right.
So, okay.
Years back, this board, I don't even know if any of us served. I know I didn't serve on it at that point. I'm not sure
1/1,
about you guys.
2018, we both started.
Okay, well, I don't know when this was, but
And if you know the
The-
year,
well, maybe you'll know if I tell you. They did away with flag lots, and in my mind, I don't know that. It's hard for me to distinguish between a flag lot and a detached mother-in-law suite as a separate residence. So I think I would want to know why the board moved to get rid of flag lots at that.
flag lot
point.
would not be a mother-in-law suite. Flag lot
Flag lot was
covered all the
a
way around.
small road frontage parcel with
Yeah.
a big.
Right.
back.
No, I understand that, but it's basically, in my mind, it's kind of the same thing. A detached mother-in-law suite would be a separate residence. So
It's
you're
gonna be
talking
on the
about
same-
two
The
residents
same
on the
parcels.
same. I know.
Yeah, so
But-
it wouldn't be the same as a flag lot.
Right, and it wouldn't be a lot. It would be one lot with a mother-in-law suite.
Because there
and
wouldn't be a lot split or any,
No,
for
there's-
what he's
Well,
proposing.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about these family compounds. They
Oh.
had the same
Oh.
conversation tied in with separated. that's kind of what you guys were
Well,
aiming at, right?
that's a third topic. you know,
But
that we
it falls in
discussed.
line with this separate mother-in-law suite at the same time because it's basically a separate residence. It's got
Right.
plumbing, it's got a separate entrance. it's
Yeah,
got its
there'd be
own-
only one when you're talking mother-in-law suite. The compound could be multiple. You know,
Yeah.
it's
So the
common
difference between
practice.
a detached mother-in-law suite and a family compound is whether it's 2 residents or several.
There would be different dynamics. Let's just say, I'll give you a clear-cut scenario of one that I know in Hamilton, Texas. Now,
I know
that's
they're
far away
popular
from
down
here,
there, yeah.
but it's one, I don't know, 50, 60-foot drive, centered in that parcel of 100 and some acres. And then there's actually, like the main house is on the left side, first house you get to. And then there's one, kind of staggered on the right. And then there's one so
It's over on 316, there's something real similar to that. One driveway. with
probably, I
all
don't
the
drive
houses.
around and be nosy a whole lot, but it's
You talking about the new houses on 316?
Yeah,
New
they're pretty
builds?
big, yeah.
That was, had nothing to do with us. That was a stipulation of ODOT.
oh,
that.
But it would
sheetrock
look
drive.
like that. Kind of what they're talking about.
Well, there's only 2 houses on that one. They're building.
No,
And
there's
there's
more than that.
There's
But
several
Oh,
houses.
there's
I think
more?
what
I see
that
two
would be,
on the road.
that one's along the road. I think what he's talking about, it would be
Yeah, they're
like
back.
back end of the
Compound.
property.
Now-
Man, it's basically a mini subdivision is what it is. But everybody's supposed to be
Sort
related.
of. If you keep it under 4, it's not. I mean, it's just 4. When you hit that magic number 4 and go to the 5th, yep, now you fall under subdivision. So unless you cover that in that family compound.
But right now we don't allow it.
No.
No,
It's
we
not
don't.
allowed,
One
no.
residence, one piece of building. But if you go back, mother-in-law suite or residence, there's benefit to this because now we wouldn't be messing up land like we did on Walker Road,
Tell me what that was about.
where they split it, but they can't use the back half of either.
Oh,
parcel.
that recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we completely.
Sometimes
taken
they say,
land.
And they
like
created
over
a
there it
flag.
happened. You're like, guys, that was 10 years ago. I don't know.
Gotta
So, but yeah. So other question about this. So everybody knows what mother-in-law suites end up being. They end up being rental properties. I mean, that's
Not
20
necessarily.
in my experience, that's what they end up being.
I
so-
have a lot of rental
not that
properties.
anything's-
I've never once bought a mother-in-law suite.
Well, I know
No, what
several
he's
just in
saying
the
was
township.
when the person,
They say it's a
Moves
mother-in-law
on or-
suite, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's not.
when the
Or you-
person's no
I'll
longer
give you
living
that.
there, that's a bed and breakfast or a rental
Right.
or.
Airbnb or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 sons. I would love to think, hey, I want to help my son build a house next to ours, and he's going to live in that, and we're just going to be a jolly, happy family. But then the son gets married, and the wife lives in Vermont, or the
What?
wife's family's from Vermont, and she talks him into moving to Vermont. Now I got a house here that I had a dream my son living there. Then all of a sudden, what am I going to do with that house?
You're moving to
So-
Vermont. You're gonna live near your
Maybe.
son. I mean,
So what happens with those 2 houses? It
it's
sounds
just
good.
a lot of potential.
Family
Yeah.
compound, everybody lives in different
I
houses.
understand.
But
I
I just, the
understand what
long
I'm
term, I don't see how
Yeah.
that can work out not to be
Understand.
just several
I think
residents.
we're getting too deep. I understand your concern, but at the end of the day, people have to be responsible for what they choose to do. I don't.
What happens when they're in Vermont?
I do not want to mingle in what ifs or has-beens or could they. I am not here to govern the way somebody lives or chooses to live or do their life. I am here to make sure that we follow the lines set forth to protect the land and the safety of the community. That's all I'm doing. I'm not getting into their lives.
Stick to the facts and not the feelings. That's what
Exactly.
I've
Well,
told
it's not
Travis
really
for years. So
Feelings, it's just,
Uh,
you're talking
mhm.
about building 2 residences. Not saying anything's particularly
You two
wrong with
ladies
that.
are
We got to call it
better
what it
versed
is.
than this than anybody. Is any other townships dealing with this?
A lot of them. Look, the mother-in-law suites, almost every township I work in is dealing with that. Compounds have come up in other townships in Pickaway County. I don't seem to hear them in any other place
Okay.
except for Pickaway County.
What I will, and I agree with what Holly said, putting one caveat on, not necessarily a compound, but, a So multiple properties fed by what's called a common access drive, like a private road, but they are in multiple lots, so
A
at the
shared
end-
driveway, sort of.
Exactly, and so at the end of the day, it isn't, you don't have multiple dwellings on one property, but it is kind of a small, again, there's a shared driveway, like as you said, but it is very, very large, it's like a small private street.
Yeah, that's very common.
Oh, okay.
Which
Well,
I
thank you,
love
ladies.
the idea of that. You know, it's something I've thought about.
Ron
And
Grant
that-
had us.
Yeah, I
hand
was
up
That's
letting these
something,
ladies finish.
that, and I apologize, that's something that also would have to have I feel like it's county dependent of like certain counties are all about CADs, some are not, so that's something that you'd have to kind of coordinate a bit, but again, in terms of the realm of things we've seen, yep, certainly is the case.
I mean, I don't see
Good.
that, it's not gonna impact anybody other than the homeowner. Like that, I mean, it might displease a neighbor, but that's just more tax dollars for the township. Just 2 weeks ago, we heard that we don't have the funds for road crew. Two guys, you know, there's a debate back and forth between two guys. One guy, what do we have the money for? Well, property value's gonna go up. I don't know exactly how the taxes work on that front, but I'd assume the township's gonna get a little bit of a cut if it gets turned into a bread breakfast. I'm sure there's a resolution that can be passed to increase the short-term rental price, you know, taxes or whatever. I'm not a fan of taxation, but also it's 2026 and things cost money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you're hitting the nail on the head. That's kind of where I was going with it. You said it better than I could. Mother-in-law suites turn into something, whether it's another residence that you rent out or bed and breakfast. I mean, we just got to make sure, and it's not digging into people's lives or the what ifs. You do have to think about the what ifs.
I mean, I think
Before
people
you do
don't
this
understand how expensive these short-term facilities are. Like my mother was in one for 2 years and
Yeah.
it was nearly $500,000.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
that was a low, like mid-tier unit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
tough for
Ronnie,
everybody, but
thank you for the marching orders. I know I've got a understanding, so the next time we will bring motions up, they will be our recommendations written out, reviewed by Holly, ready for you to either approve or deny.
Okay.
Perfect.
And you'll send those through Travis? Like he'll get them to
I'll-
us?
I'll bring them
Or you-
here, or well,
You get 'em
Jake
to
or
us.
Wendy or somebody will bring them here.
Okay.
Grant's in a big expansion, if you don't know, and it's burning a lot of my time, so.
Yeah.
That's why my attendance hasn't been perfect, so.
Yours has actually.
I
Trustee,
missed the
to
last couple.
the zoning meetings, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Wendy, you had a question or comment?
No, I just wanted to say that with the mother-in-law suite versus a flag lot, there's a multitude of differences. One is they're a shared driveway with the primary residence. They fall under the zoning code that will follow ancillary structures, not the primary structure. And they will be dependent on that, either that shared septic system or the Board of Health required an additional one.
Okay.
So there's a lot of differences in a mother-in-law suite and a flat lot.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
And someone's here typically every day. If Terry is, or I am, or the road crew's here till 3:30. So, yeah, or just you got my number. Just give me a jingle. I'll meet you here. Not a
Okay.
problem at all. Yeah.
Last thing under zoning, the McCord Road annexation update.
Huh?
Yeah, so I had mentioned this a while back about McCord Road. A small section of McCord was annexed. The township did not object to that. It was a split roadway. So you have the east side of McCord only in front of that subdivision is now village. The west side is still township. So we have to figure out how to maintain that section. But the real issue is the entrance to McCord off of Durrett. There's a possibility for that to be a pretty dense subdivision there where they annexed a lot of traffic through there. So the update is the village, as the mayor just spoke, they care greatly about being good neighbors, and they have said they want the developer to help with that mitigation. Just because it's a township road, they understand that the travel will go through the township road to reach that subdivision. So they are asking the developer to help those mitigation costs to pay for that. So the update is the village is helping us
Okay.
tremendously, and that's a huge thing. I mean, I think you guys understand what I'm saying there, but that
Hmm.
kind of answered why I put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
Okay. Nothing else for zoning. We move on to roads. Do you have Paul's road report?
Yeah. This is Paul's road report. He left us some notes, everything they've done the last couple of weeks. I'm just gonna read that. They mowed and trimmed Scioto Township building lot, Beckett Cemetery, Walker Cemetery, and Southern Point properties 2 times at each area. They took the Kenworth and the 550 Ford up to Galloway to have radios fixed and installed. Picked up a new strobe light and installed it on the 600 Ford dump truck. Removed wind damaged flashing from the rear of the township building that blew off back there. It was hanging like a limb. Put the boards back up inside of the salt shed that was taken out due to removal of beehives earlier in the year.
Good.
Installed pintle hitch on 550 Ford dump truck. They mowed the side field of the township building with the tractor and brush hog. Started round 3 of road mowing in the southeast quadrant. Trimmed trees along right of way with arm mower in various locations. Patrolled township roads twice for storm damage. Picked up a few small branches and plowed gravel off of Gibson Road. They must have done that today, 'cause this morning it
We
was
did it twice.
real bad. And it's still a little bit there, but that's something I want to talk about too. Future work plan. It is difficult to make future plans due to lack of employees. We'll try to maintain what we can. They're expecting a salt delivery.
Oh, good. Yeah, the salt's coming in. That's good.
So yeah, about that gravel, it's every time, I know we've talked about it before, but every time that it rains, that gravel runs out of that berm
The bridge area.
right down it's this last time it was really bad, and then we got to go out there and fill it back in. But I know we have some equipment coming. That
If
should
it's the
help with that.
bridge, someone needs to go down the county engineer. I'm sure they're aware
It's
of it.
beyond the bridge. On
Yeah,
the
it's
Oh,
not
beyond the
actually-
bridge?
It
Okay.
does end up making its way down to the bridge before it washes off.
I
into
drove
the
by.
creek,
I
but-
could see gravel.
I mean, I
Who knows?
I live on that road and I see a lot of motorcycles drive through there. I
No,
think
they're
I've mentioned it. I've
dangerous.
had family and bad
Gravel.
motorcycle accidents from gravel in the road. So, something we need to, which I can get with Paul on that, but I just wanted to see if you guys had any advice on that or.
You're
A
gonna
broom?
get something. Come up with some type of material to put in there that's not gonna wash out.
Yeah.
Whether you try to do something and put asphalt in there or
Maybe riffraff on the sides or something wrong.
it's too big. For
It's
the-
like it's the way
it's the berm.
yeah.
The water runs
grading
down the
there.
hill and
Right
washes
into
the
that
berm.
area. Oh,
out on the road.
I mean, it was the whole east side of
Yeah.
the lane was just covered in gravel.
I almost felt like the pavement was coming up where the rocks were too. I could be wrong, but when I drove over, I'm like, man, what's all this gravel? But it looked
bad.
like some of it's
Yeah.
impeded into the pavement.
Well, it probably damages the pavement too.
Well, yeah, I'm
it'll
sure.
undercut the pavement and
Yeah.
So, but this new equipment that we have on order, we're getting, will that help with this?
I don't think it'll help with that. I mean, it's an attachment for the skid steer that they'll be able to go and plow it back over with, but
It
They're
doesn't,
doing the
will it
same
like
thing.
actually cut down in and
it could.
that, that might be a good spot to experiment with that.
That or
We
take
get
the
that.
backhoe down there and try to redefine the ditch to keep the water in the ditch instead of going back out on the road.
That might be
No,
the
that's
best way
actually a
to
good
do
idea
it.
too.
So we can talk with Paul and have him go take a look at it and see if he's got any ideas.
They probably get tired of going out there and
Yeah.
fixing it every time it rains too.
The other thing was on roads. I can't find it now.
While you're looking for that, I brought this today, from the Reed residents. This is regarding that, I made some notes on this. So the guardrail there on just north of Walker at Gibson, the pond on the corner.
Yep.
You know where that foundation is
Yep.
got a broken tile under it.
Uh-huh.
It's getting, something must broke loose because it's getting really bad now.
Okay.
And the property owner had found a map that was drawn years ago, that shows possibly some of these tiles. The person that drew this said could these be drain tiles, driveway apron? It shows a few things, and I would think around there's where that foundation is. So they're getting a lot of water going into their basement now. And they look at it every time it rains, and they feel that there's a correlation between that broken tile and this water they're getting in their basement. So I would like to get out there. I know that we're
Is
really
that
short on
on-
help right now with
I
the
know, but
road crew.
what are you pointing to? Is this their property?
So this is their house. Walk
This
We
is-
usually don't get on property.
This is
Uh-huh.
this is Gibson Road.
Got it.
This is the road ditch.
Oh,
There's
okay.
An 8
So
inch
right
tile
there.
supposedly running under the road ditch down to here, and this is where it's broken at.
Got it. Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay. I didn't see the little circle.
So eventually it will hurt that guardrail.
Well,
but
no,
I think more
absolutely.
concerning is if it is hurting
There's a broken
resident's
tile, yeah.
We can't
foundation.
put backwater on somebody else's property, but we're gonna have to investigate it and see where the tile goes and see if it's
Yeah.
connected or whatever. So
Be
I mean,
fixed,
it's so
whatever.
open now. Just since I mentioned it a few weeks ago, it's way worse now. I don't think we have a camera, but you could almost just get a camera down in there to really see. I can stick it, stick way down in there. It's just wide
Yeah,
open.
I have a
under there.
pipe camera. I can swing by and take a look.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's like a 100-foot camera thing.
or that, or we can get
Well, Paul has one too back here, don't he?
no.
We used
We
to have
hired Ryan Sark to camera
Oh,
the
that's
last
right.
tile that we did out on Mattville North.
one. No, I meant a camera. Sorry.
He's got a camera on a reel that he could put.
Paul does?
No,
Ryan.
Ryan
This company. Got it. Okay.
So yeah, if
But-
we could
we'll take a look at it
get out there.
sometime in the next.
And then
couple weeks.
under roads also, we're on the Scioto Darby driveway. Right up Hack's dad.
So did you have
That's
anything you want to
Westport
say
Road.
about that?
Oh,
I don't like
I
calling
told you that
people
the
out.
other day.
You
Westport
did? Did I
Road,
cover it
sorry.
pretty good.
Just that I would hope you would look into, the water seeps like where the floor and the wall is at that east end of the house, like where my sump pump, it works fine. But I noticed like I've been going out and when I look where the guardrail is and it's full of water,
Mm.
I get water. When that recedes down, I stop getting it in my basement. So
Okay.
that's why I'm thinking
There tells,
the-
yeah, it's
that
something
those
is there not
green
right, right.
tiles under my foundation are going out there. I'm probably the last one, and the water is all built up, and it's not draining.
Yeah, we'll come and take a look at it. So
So, okay, thanks.
it's a positive step though, that water's draining by the bridge and then by guardrail and then your house is going down too, but sounds like something
It
there
did
needs to
take
be
a
looked
few
at and
days,
fixed.
though,
Yeah.
and I'm
No, no,
down at the
absolutely,
shop
yeah.
vac trying to-
Right.
Yeah.
I
take
feel ya.
care of it.
I think a lot of the erosion has gone down into there too, so it may have
Mm.
blocked it. But yeah, bottom line is we need to really investigate it.
I will try to get
In the
with
Westport
Paul.
Road.
Thank you.
Driveway.
This is
Yeah.
a Walker and
Oh,
Gibson.
no,
No,
this
there's
is
a-
next. Sorry.
There's a
driveway on Westport.
driveway on Westford that's been called and called and called about.
Oh, this is a separate issue.
Mhm. Yeah.
Separate issue.
I'll do this with you.
The gentleman, the pipe, I believe the pipe was put in
25 years ago or something.
or something whenever the OPWC project was done on
All of those driveways.
Westford Road. All those pipes was put in, I believe, by the contractor that widened the road, did the ditch work. There's one on there that looks like it's too shallow. The ends are
Up like this
pushed up.
on each side of the
And-
driveway.
The pipe doesn't have enough cover over it, I believe. But there's been questions asked about the township fixing that. So we have a procedure in our fee schedule for
Mhm.
replacing a driveway tile. But the question comes, the township had that pipe put in back when they did that project. Is it the township's responsibility?
Absolutely
to
to
fix
redo
that.
it. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell it's,
Yeah.
yeah. I have no problem the township going out and seeing what we need to get done to fix it.
This is another thing that our guys would handle.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I
Okay.
believe we have pipe back here that can go in there.
Yeah, there's a few of them back there. So yeah, pipes.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something Paul can handle, and he's already aware of what's going on with it.
I don't know that he's aware of what's going on with it, but I mean, it's been
He-
talked about with him and he knows where the driveway is, but I don't think anybody's done anything officially with him
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, I have. I've had a conversation with him. I even called the old employee that was a road worker, and Steve, and he told me a little more history with it too. And he said, yeah, it's always, now he says when he drives by, he said it looks really messed up, and whenever it rains, it just floods over and not even into the ditch anymore. So,
Okay.
So this is a long-term issue that we've been dealing with for a long time then.
well, the guy stopped me at Pettit's, and I'm like, I thought I evicted him years ago. I don't know, but anyway, I didn't know who he was. So, but he told me his address. I gave him
Finally
my
found
card,
you.
and then an hour later, he's like, "Come look at my driveway," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So, yeah, yep.
All right.
So who's
Last
gonna
thing.
handle that? That's something you wanna get to the bottom of, Ralph, since you
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I can help Paul do it too.
All right, it's gonna take two people. I mean, I don't care to run the dump truck back and whatever with gravel. I do that all the time anyway. So,
All right.
yeah, me and Ronnie will help Paul and make sure it's done.
I mean, I'm willing to help too, just,
Oh, no,
I
absolutely.
wanna make sure that somebody here thinks it's
You
their
should help, so you
responsibility.
get the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Last thing on roads that I have, there's been discussions since March or February, March about a engineering company to help with some of the stuff on the roads. Last week I went and met with the Manic Smith group. You met with them here.
We all met individually. So,
Yeah. So they have a what
I
they
did
call-
not.
Okay.
you know,
I have not.
Okay.
Met with him.
So anyhow, they have what they call a master services agreement. If we sign this agreement with them, there's no dollars that leaves the township unless we contact them to do work for us or a project. What this master services agreement does is basically get you on their basically like a
roster or
vendor list.
something. Right.
So you can call them and then they have a predetermined price list for some things that they do, like grading the roads or other things.
They have a system about what's under the road too, and a professional engineering
They also
opinion.
do the OPWC work that we've been talking about. So I can send you. I sent this master service agreement to Pete. He said he had no legal issues with it.
Qualms with it.
No, he said he had no legal issues with it.
Oh, okay. That's different. I get it.
But I can forward it to you guys,
Okay.
and we can talk about it at the next meeting.
That sounds good.
Regardless of who we do or what we do, or whether we go back to GPD, I would like to get somebody on the books. If we're going to consider doing that rework of Burgett Road for 2027, I would like to get the process started with the OPWC paperwork, because
The
that's
grant
due
and stuff.
in
Yeah,
November,
absolutely.
so the road would have to be engineered.
So we need an engineer, and they offer that too. So
Yeah, they would give us a price first, but they do the complete services similar to what we used to get from GPD.
Mhm.
About they'll come in, they'll give us an estimate, then they'll do the engineering work, they'll prepare the OPWC paperwork and all that. So I will, unless you guys want to do something now, I will send this master services agreement to both of you. And
I'm okay with it. I mean, I met with them, and here's the paper. They gave me a couple copies if you want to take.
No,
them.
I'm familiar who they are.
Yeah.
I know there's already reservations from this community working with them, as they have expressed with the village, so, and I don't wanna go into that further than I just did.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
was
definitely
told
wanna
also-
review this first.
No,
I've heard of
absolutely.
it.
We can
Yeah.
table it till the next meeting. Not a problem.
as soon as we get
Uh,
done,
The big thing
basically,
is
we're
the-
looking for an on-call engineer that we can call, hey, we have this project, we need some engineering done, can you give us a price?
And they can
Yeah.
tell us about our roads
and that's
too.
what this master service agreement does, is put them, it's kind of like a retainer, but there's no money to change his hands.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Just get everything set up and ready to
Yeah.
go, that way when something does come up.
because he said what they do is basically if we would call them and say, hey, we need this, they would do a work order with an estimate, send it to us.
We'd have to authorize it and vote
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Cause I would like to find an independent engineer, you know, that, that would be interested in something like this, cause it's just been my experience, you know.
Well, you got 2 weeks.
Well,
I got some
and
calls,
I've
as long
called,
as I
I've
want.
contacted, yeah,
But
I've contacted some other firms, and the one sounded really good, and then like 2 days later, I got an email from them saying they weren't interested in talking to us.
Yeah, it sounds like they do a lot of bigger things. So, I mean, if anybody's watching, if you're an engineer, contact us.
Just not the engineer of the
Looking
county
for-
though, because
for
he
an
said they're too
independent,
busy.
Yeah, kind of like their firm. Like they're easy to get a hold of. They're not a big giant firm, and that's a compliment. Yeah, because you call somebody, answers, and you establish a relationship with them.
Okay.
That's what I, not saying they're any different than that, but
Absolutely. So we'll table
And
it.
this company is also, if you want to see something else in the area, they are the engineering firm for the village of Plain City. So they've been doing all their
Yeah, they mentioned that. to me.
engineering and
yeah, maybe reaching out to some of the other townships and
Seeing
see who
what
they
they
use.
use. Yeah.
yeah.
Or the OTA.
I'm sure
You
some
call
of them
up,
don't
I'm
use
sure they-
anyone. I mean, we're not using anyone right now. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
Yeah.
Actually, the OTA has like a new message board too. It's a forum where you have to be a member to participate in it. I could make a post on that and say, hey, what would
no,
you guys,
absolutely.
who do you guys use? And we'd probably get a big long list of people.
Okay. Well, I will forward this to you, both of you, when I get out of here and get some service.
Okay.
So moving on. Anybody else have anything for roads?
No.
Well, we should probably give an update that all of our, our road projects have been completed, and I think been a few hiccups, but
We
overall,
have an
it's
estimate for
really good.
striping. Strauser Construction said they're just gonna give us the bid without increasing any money on it. I don't know what that meant, but there's a company that wants to stripe Lane Road. Lane Road looks amazing. Even though I had a resident come and tell me that he believes someone's going to be killed at that intersection because the road looks too nice.
There
Anyway.
is something to that. You make a road
Oh, I
real nice,
understand,
people wanna
but I think
ride
line,
down.
yeah,
Drag
and that's
strip,
our
yeah.
next target area is going to be that intersection with the sheriff's office. Right now, they're in Southern Point at a couple streets, and then we have the speed trailer in the beginning of Southern Point there around the track, the racetrack. So, but the next thing I believe we should, with Sheriff Hafey and his office is maybe looking at that area, the intersection of Lane and Boer and Durrett right there, because people do fly right through it.
Yeah, our last meeting, they gave a report on the speed trailer at Gibson, and I don't want to say, I think he was sergeant.
Captain Andrews.
Captain,
He's a
there you
captain.
go. He said if there's somewhere else you'd like to put it,
Yeah,
let us know.
absolutely.
So that sounds like it'd be a great spot to
Well,
put
and
I
it
think
collects all
village
the
has-
data, which is really good. That's what we want, the data to see how fast they're going and all that. So
Mayor, do you guys have a speed
yes, they have a
trailer?
speed trailer. Adam has lent it to us several times at the township over the years.
We have a speed trailer, it does not keep track though.
It doesn't
Oh,
do any
okay.
data.
Just informs the
Right.
Yeah.
driver.
We
Okay.
did just purchase
It's a deterrent.
our own, traffic counter. It won't be here till August, but it's like 5,000. We had it in the police budget.
Oh, that's
Put
wonderful.
those
No, that's
boxes
great.
Anywhere you want, and it will tell you the speed.
Collect the data and all that. Okay.
Motorcycle, yeah.
No, that's great.
That'll be really helpful.
Yeah.
So on this whole striping thing, I've been thinking about that. I don't know that I'm for striping that road.
It's around $4,300.
Yeah. But
What's your reservations on it?
well, for
I don't
one
think it's
thing,
cost.
we don't have any data on what's a passing zone or no passing zone for that road.
Mhm.
So if you put one dotted line down the middle of the road,
Yeah.
ordinary drivers, that whole road is a passing zone. You have hills on it, you have narrow bridges, you have areas that shouldn't be passed. You know,
The way I relayed it was it's going to be one stripe, no dots, right in the middle. But there's some residents on Lane that really would like to see that, but I mean, I'm only one vote, and
I mean,
I mean,
the cost
but
is
if
not
you look
that-
at Durrett Road, it has the white lines and then they have the yellow, two lines in the middle. That would actually be nice to do to continue that to Welch.
is that road wide enough to have two established lanes on it and keep,
It's 20 foot.
okay,
It's 20 foot. I went out and measured it.
yeah,
I measured all of
Well, it
them.
better be 20 foot. That's what we paid for.
Yeah.
Well, no,
But
that's the
still,
rollers,
I mean,
yeah.
that's why I wanted to ask you your reservations, because I had the same. I think first of all, yeah, it's a smooth road, and Now people are gonna fly down that road. There has to be some kind of study before I would be for that, because you go putting a stripe on that road, suddenly I think people are gonna go even
It
faster.
becomes a highway. And it,
Because it
Well,
will
are we able
appear
to at
like a
least
highway.
table it?
yeah,
I
we
don't
can
even,
table
I
it.
don't even know if we
Mrs.
need to.
Carter from Lane, thank you. But contact Corey. Thank
I
you,
don't even-
trustee
I
Corey.
don't even think there's a need to
I don't even
table
know
it.
that we need
just
to
need
table it. It's just, let's
just-
start a
We need more
process.
research to see if it needs
Yeah.
striped or not. I get that.
Not kicking the can down the road. I just
I noticed Durrett was like that.
You guys been on this board long enough where things I guarantee have happened, and you think, man, did I make the right decision on that? Because that may not have
Yeah.
happened. I don't want to put
And we can
myself
approach
or
the-
you guys
always
in that
do
position.
We can
research,
approach
so-
the county. They may already have. I know they've done studies in the past.
Oh.
In the past that show passing zones, no passing zones,
Mhm.
and some of those they did for the entire county.
Yeah,
You just may not know that information may already be there.
that's a good.
Just
idea.
like the easements, they've never got us for 8.5 years. I'm just saying.
But
I have no
because the other idea
faith at this
is
point.
if you look at Heiner Road,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
all they've done with it, with Jackson Township, is they put edge lines on it.
Yeah, on each side, yeah.
That would probably that would help to preserve our edges of that road.
Yes.
Well, and when berming starts back up, I believe we need to get that bermed on each
Yes,
side
we
so
do.
the road stays the way it looks now.
I would be more for that. what you
Well,
just
we
said.
got to do that anyway.
Edge
That's a
lines.
given.
I don't think
To
so.
berm the road.
No,
No.
he's talking edge lines.
Oh, edge lines.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, we don't have any, if you drive around township, we don't have any lines on any.
That's
other
true.
township
McCord
road.
does not have any lines.
No.
Well, and Gibson Road is redone.
It's a
from-
gravel pit. I know.
But I mean, it's redone and 20 feet wide from 762 to 316.
Like you kind of established, like all the roads we just fixed. we
Oh
made them all
no,
20
it's not
foot.
20 feet.
Yeah.
It is
What?
not 20 feet.
There's
Ron.
no lines on
What is it?
It is not 20 feet.
What?
762 to 316 on Gibson Road.
Not all of it's
Because
20
that
feet.
lady chewed me out right next to the mailbox thing. We had to move the mailbox. Oh yeah, and she said, "Look at it, we're doing." And I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're here. We're finally getting this done." And she said, "Why does it got to be 20 foot? Because the other part is 18 foot." And I'm like, so
No,
I got out. And I didn't think that was right, but then I got my measure tape out. I was like, "Oh man, yeah, she actually made sense."
the new parts.
The new part
we
is
just
20.
did, yeah.
Absolutely, it's
The
20.
original OPWC projects, I think, were only 18 or 19.
Yeah.
No, I think Ron's point is if we go and stripe that 20-foot road, where do you stop at that point? Then you have these residents.
Well, we have that one section, and people, I don't
Because
know.
the new sections down below are 20 feet.
Oh. We can do more research on it. That's fine. I'm not 100% on the striping. I just was listening to people that was calling me saying,
Okay.
"Where's the stripes?" And I'm like, "We finally got it done. It don't look like Band-Aids everywhere. Like, let's celebrate today for a minute, and then we'll talk about the striping." So,
Okay.
honestly, we have a hand.
Yes.
I just did a quick Google search.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you exactly what comes up. Ohio road striping is primarily governed by the Ohio Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices through the Ohio Department of Transportation.
So ODOT, even though
And they have a manual.
Lane Road is not a state route.
I just said roads.
Right.
I
Okay, no,
can't
no,
put
you're
you
fine.
Well,
okay.
and ODOT controls a lot, because just like
Well,
changing
right.
speed limits,
No,
we
that's
can't
true.
change speed limits on any road without ODOT
It's a
approval.
place to start and it's free.
No, absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we pay to get this road striped, and then ODOT says, "Hey,
Yeah.
Oh no,
get
no,
the racer
no.
out." You know, you
We're
didn't
not
get
going to get
approval
it
or
striped
something.
until we get something from ODOT
Yeah.
saying we can.
I just
So-
want to be clear. I'm not against it or for it right now. I just think it deserves a lot of discussion on
No,
that.
absolutely.
And
Yep.
what I found out years ago is once you start it, you have to maintain those stripes.
Yes.
And then the next person that comes in and says, "Why isn't my road striped?" You have to stripe that road too.
We'll do some more research there. Like I said, I wasn't 100% given. I was just listening to people, and I'm like, the road looks great. But yeah,
All right.
no problem. I'm good
We'll
with
revisit
research.
that later. at a
Like
later
Southern
date.
Point. How wide's that road?
Yeah.
The horseshoe. Like,
All of them.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
It's 30
All right.
foot.
Moving
yeah.
forward, cemetery. The grant.
Cemetery, we have the grant.
That was Corey. If you want to do your cemetery report, and then you can
Yes.
tell us where he's at with the grant.
Absolutely. And we have a burial next Wednesday. And then I have 2 families coming in next week to buy some graves. And that is it for cemetery.
All right.
great. So this grant, it's an online application.
Okay.
So you have to fill it out on there, and then you submit it. So it'd be nice to print it out. We can, do it that way, but, we met on it, me and Terry, and we're actually gonna go back there and get a little bit more details, cause it's a
Okay.
scoring thing, like, the more details you put in there, they will score this. Whoever does this thing, the
You get a
best
higher
scores
rating.
get the money, so
Higher
we wanna
rating,
get as
absolutely.
high rating as we can, so we're gonna meet, not tomorrow, but, early next week.
There was a grant that I applied for years ago and they brought back and denied it because they said it's a township cemetery and it's not a private cemetery or something, but that was something else. That was not OTA or that grant. So no, absolutely get online and apply for it. Check with Terry.
Yeah.
Terry knows everything.
Well, we
about that.
passed, I just wanna give you guys an update, but,
Okay.
we'll
Yeah.
finish it up and get it turned in on
Okay.
time.
Okay.
And you guys can look at this too, or I'll email it to you so you can see. what-
Well, hold on. When are you gonna give us an update? You gotta apply by the 27th. That's Monday.
No, you just got your update. We'll apply by
No, there's a deadline.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah, 31st.
Okay.
Yes.
We
That's
won't
your-
be back until
That's
after
your
the
update.
31st.
Me and him will finish it up.
Okay. Just as long as you file it. Okay.
All right.
They won't give you no score if you're past the expiration
That's right.
date.
I'll just tell you guys,
Anything-
oh, we didn't get it.
Oh.
Anything from you this evening?
We're all good. Thank
All right. Kim's not here. All right.
She's under the weather a little
I
bit.
have before you move on from Webmaster, I was on there. And, I mean, I know this has been an issue in the past, but heck, when I was running the thing, if you were back a month, people were raising heck, but I mean, the minutes are way back. I mean, they're
I'll
many,
take
many
full
months back.
responsibility for that.
You ain't been sending them?
That's
Okay.
the
Well, I don't
He's
wanna get
been
on
very
you.
busy.
I'm taking.
No.
But
Thank you,
they need
Terry.
updated because I was wanting to go on
She can
there.
update them as soon as she gets them. She don't have them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Terry.
Hmm.
She does an excellent job.
All right. That cover it?
Yeah. I
All
just
right.
wanted to
Do
get
you have
the
anything
minutes
for us
updated.
tonight?
We're busy.
Okay.
Did you put that teacher in your cruiser the other day? No. I'm
No,
kidding. Sorry.
she thought about it.
All right. Moving on to old business, braking restrictions.
We're gonna table that because the residents are still doing some research on it. So,
Okay.
and there is an ORC that was sent. We just had to make a resolution. I got the legal opinion from Tony, from the prosecutor's office, but then I'll bring that to the next meeting. It's fine.
I thought
They-
that's why Julie was here tonight.
They asked me to table it because they want to come in to speak, the residents.
About the braking restriction.
Engine brake.
Engine braking. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well, Julie can come every 2 weeks in place of Pete.
Here, whenever,
Okay.
whenever you need.
Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks. No.
There you go.
You're on the record now.
As long as the check clears, you'll be here.
Right.
New road employee, we've been receiving applications.
Mhm.
That our deadline is
July 31st.
July 31st, so we should have a list compiled, or at least to review by our next meeting.
Yeah, Terry sent several already
Yeah.
forwarded.
So, comp plan survey.
Thank you so much for making the meeting.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't have to dress up and all that.
Oh,
Holly,
I
but
was
you
already
know.
dressed up.
I was gonna say to you, Ralph.
Well, we're matching. She told me she's gonna wear gray with a little, you know,
I
like.
didn't get the memo.
So, in June, I had sent, the board a copy of the, latest survey based upon the feedback that we had gotten from the board. And I also sent a copy of the postcard that we would like to send out to the community, to help to give them directions to get to the survey. I know Corey reached out to me with concerns about the question with the vision statement in it. And so, I wanted to come tonight and see if we wanted to revise that question, revise the vision statement, or if the board is good with the vision statement as it is, and if we're ready to send the survey out. So-
Where did you get the vision statement from? From the zoning board members,
So,
correct?
no,
zoning board?
not really. So
Okay.
what, if you recall, we had a joint meeting of the township trustees and the
Right, in
zoning
February.
commission. We had those, stickies up there and we did like the word, give 3
Absolutely.
words. And that's how we used.
Okay.
We used all the words from there to come up with the vision statement.
So, last meeting it was unclear. There was a couple different versions of it. What is the version that's currently in the survey?
The version that is currently in the survey is.
Yeah, you had sent us on June 25th, the vision statement, all of that. But then you had a zoning meeting with the zoning board.
It did not change.
It did not change. Okay.
No.
My understanding was it had changed.
Is the statement for, what I was asking about was the purpose statement for the zoning regulations. Is that going to be the same as the vision statement for
For the survey?
land use plan?
No,
No, I think that's different.
they're two different.
Okay,
Yeah.
that might be where the confusion is.
Got it.
Okay.
Let me pull this up. What I printed off this morning.
I thought I believe, Holly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the vision statement is for the survey.
Yep. Well, the vision statement is for the comprehensive plan,
Okay.
and in the survey we have put the draft vision statement, and then asked the question: do you agree? Do you disagree? Or do you have other comments?
Oh, okay.
On it.
No, that
So
makes
the-
sense.
So that
Basically, it's not been adopted yet. You're asking the public,
Yes, correct.
do you agree with this?
Correct.
Okay.
So, and then when we get a final vision statement with the comprehensive plan, that will be the guiding principle for the community, but that will be different from what the purpose statement is in a zoning code.
Okay.
Those are two
Okay.
different things.
Got it.
Okay.
Two separate things.
Yeah.
I think after we had talked on the phone, I liked what you had come up with.
Yeah, so let me get back to, sorry, I thought I printed it off and I didn't, so I'm gonna get on my computer and get it for you guys. Okay, Scioto Township will thoughtfully guide growth to align with the preservation of private property rights and rural heritage while maintaining a high quality of life for future generations. So that, again, that's a draft statement, and then there's an open-ended question of what are your thoughts on this statement? And people can give their thoughts, and then we can revise based upon feedback that we're getting from the community.
Okay.
And that's what will end up being in the book.
Yep.
The vision statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
Awesome.
like the way it reads.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, then I will consider the
Especially with the
survey.
land rights part of it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yep.
very important.
All right, well, I will consider the survey ready to go then. Are we okay with the postcard that I sent you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, the only question I had on that was whose phone number do you want me to put on here if somebody wants to request a paper copy? Is there an office number?
Yeah, we have an office number.
Okay,
Yeah. You wanted it down?
or if somebody,
614 877
4452.
4452. Sorry.
okay.
It's on my card too, but I never called it. But yes.
All right, so we'll get that out then, and then the last I heard before being asked to come to this meeting is that we were doing only the unincorporated area. Has that changed now?
Yes.
Okay,
It's all incorporated township should be all the township.
the whole township.
Village.
Some of the
Including
village residents reached out to me, and
Okay.
I didn't really want to do that. But then when they made it, they talked with me, and I did a little more research. I thought, well, it doesn't hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Let me, just give me a little time to pull those addresses, cause we had cut those addresses out of our address list. We gotta put them back in, we gotta make sure that everything is scrubbed, because when we pull the data from the county, there's more data in there than what we need, so we have to
Yeah.
get rid of
Okay.
things. So give us a little time to do that.
Right. And they did the Brandon Hill. Do you know him, right? Or no?
Oh, with, Manic,
Yeah, he's, I'm pretty sure the one doing the survey down there, right? Nancy?
He is,
He
yep.
may be able to just send you a link. Said he going to search all of the village. I'm sure he has a link or whatever to send you to say, here's all the list of the village residents.
Well, I mean to send the postcard to, I need their addresses, which is, I can get off the
Yeah.
county auditor site.
Got it. Okay,
I just
no problem.
need to,
I just thought it would be easier,
Yeah.
but okay, got
yeah, I
it.
don't think he'll have a list of, I can ask him, but I don't
Okay.
think he'll have that.
I mean, they're sending their own survey out. He would have to have their addresses.
Well, are you guys sending postcards? They're not sending postcards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed they weren't. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will get that out as soon as possible. I'll keep you advised
Mm-hmm.
on when that's done and out so that you know that people should be looking for them in the mailbox.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Great.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Do you know will it be in August or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It will
August.
be.
Because at the community pool, I can just tell everyone, and
Yeah.
my voice carries. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
It
people will
should-
know to expect a survey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
in
no,
Southern
no. Well,
Point.
it'll be August for
Okay.
sure.
No,
I just
no.
didn't want you to think it would be like next week that we get it out.
No.
okay.
We
Absolutely
should,
fine.
like, as a board, we should face this as kind of like a campaign, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
think
we want to
yeah.
really encourage people
Yes.
to partake in this. It'll guide our future.
Yes, absolutely.
Just like you, if
It's
you're
all
trying
about
to
the future of the
pass
township.
something for the township,
Yeah.
like, we want as many people
Yep.
to participate as possible.
Absolutely.
It's only as good as the data that we can put in there.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
All
Holly,
right.
for coming
Thank
out
you.
tonight.
Tonight.
You've been great.
You
Thank
too.
you. Have a nice
Uh-huh.
evening.
All right. Disclosure agreements. What's that?
So this is what I brought up a few weeks ago. And the last meeting you guys asked that legal reviews this, which Pete has. This is where as individual trustees, we will not sign any non-disclosure agreement, confidential agreement, or similar arrangement related to proposed development projects, zoning matters, annexations, economic development proposals, utility infrastructure projects, data centers, power generation facilities, or other land use matters affecting this township. Which you guys should have a copy of that. It was passed out the last meeting.
Okay.
Pete said we would have to sign this in an open meeting, which we have an open meeting here tonight, but it would be in our individual capacities. So
It wouldn't be a trustee,
it would not be us as a board. It would be, I would sign it.
so it don't need to be voted on.
Well, he just said it has
If
to
we're
be
signing in
signed.
our individual
He
capacity,
said
then
this
it's,
form would need to be approved and adopted by the Board of Trustees at a regular meeting. So we would have to adopt it,
you would have
but
to adopt it.
filling out the form would need to be done voluntarily by each individual. So, because you're held accountable to it yourself as well, which I brought this to the board. I want to sign it. Saying NDAs is a hot topic right now. I mean, that's no secret. People in this county are fed up with.
Well, you brought the one people from Hilliard. They were talking about the NDA, remember?
No, we never discussed any NDA.
Oh,
with it.
absolutely.
No,
They
we
mentioned
never
the
did. I have
NDA.
it right here.
No, I
that
just
was not
remember
with
they had mentioned it.
Yeah, but that's not with a developer.
So
that's
that's
a totally different thing.
So there's a good NDA and a bad NDA.
Yes, the good NDA protects our employees from us discussing employees. It's like HIPAA stuff. You're not gonna just.
Well, since
discuss
Miss
these
Julie
things.
is here tonight, what do you think, Julie?
Well,
Or what's your, have you had this experience before about township signing NDAs or not NDAs and all of that?
so, trustee Wassmus is correct that obviously NDAs in the,
Hot topic.
development, zoning realm, economic development realm is a very hot topic. What I would say is, it's not necessarily a legal decision. It's a business decision of the board. Obviously all trustees are subject to and governed by, the Ohio ethics laws, regardless of if you adopt any policies or not. And then with respect to, as Corey said, if the trustees adopt the policy, obviously, right, taking a policy out of all of it, if someone were to come to you with an NDA today, you would only be able to sign it in your individual capacity, which speaks to what Trustee Wassmus was saying, that adopting it as the board, but you'd only be able to sign in your individual capacity. Again, it's a business decision. Again, it's a very hot topic. There is case law that is rapidly developing as well, so it will be interesting to see.
Like in Wilmington, that
it's-
case with the data center.
So it will be very interesting to see just how things, it's a growing topic, and the law may very well change. The case law may very well change. So it at the end of the day, it's a board decision. And then
If it's an individual decision, I mean, the board can choose to adopt this document. But if it's an individual's choice whether they sign it or not, if they sign it, does it put them in any type of liability?
Well, and then I guess that would be the question. If, in terms of if they were to, if the trustees adopt this and you sign in your individual capacity, what's the, I guess, breach? What would be the
Ramifications.
liability if someone said, you know, damn the hatches and went ahead and signed an NDA? And that's a good question. I can't tell you the answer to that. You know, and in terms of a breach, there has to be some level of damage. So that would be the question of, you know, what's the damage and who has the ability to bring a claim against someone.
That's kind of why I think there's a need for this, because if we was a village, we would know, because council has to vote to approve someone to sign it on behalf of the village. With the township, I don't think there's really anything that says that.
Well, in your opinion, is it legally necessary?
Well, I want to take each
Okay.
question one by one. So with respect to, something to also keep in mind, because again, you are just any NDA would be signing in your individual capacity, because as a township, in order to sign in your trustee or your board capacity, it has to be in a board meeting, and again, the board has to vote to adopt whatever agreement or whatever is being proposed. In terms of, I think your question was legally necessary. Again, from a was that the question?
Yeah.
From a legal perspective, you know, there's legally necessary is the General Assembly has told you got to do that. Your cybersecurity policy is further on the agenda. General Assembly said you guys got to do that. There is no requirement for this type of policy. Again, that's going back to the beginning. It's a business decision if the board wants to proceed or not.
Yeah, and it's not something legal that we, like she just explained exactly. You know, that would be the
It would
thing.
become
Is it
legal. I own a lot of rental properties. I don't put myself in jeopardy like that. I'm not going to sign no NDA, but why would I put my name on something to say, hey, I can be opened up for liability? Am I off here, Julie, or no? Am I way off base?
That's certainly a concern. You know, that is a fair thought.
Yeah.
It's summed up in number 3. This is about earning the public's trust. They will know if we sign this. Our constituents will know we don't play those games. A developer's not going to come in here and say, hey, sign this NDA so we can talk about this development before the people know about it. They know we don't play those games because we signed this. Number 3.
I'm not going to do that anyway. So, I mean,
Well,
whether I sign that paper or not makes no difference.
Well, it does, because to me it does, because I know my partners up here, I don't know how to say it. We have agreed together that we do not do that as a township. You know, it says the township shall not participate in meetings or discussions where township participation is conditioned upon the execution of a non-disclosure agreement. That's all this is saying. This is basically an agreement of this board that we will not even entertain an offer of an NDA.
I don't see the reason for it.
Well, you don't have to sign it, you know. Like Pete said, we can sign it in our individual capacity. It could be one of us, one of the 3, or 2 of us, or all 3 of us. That's my hope, that all 3 of us can agree that we will not sign an NDA with a developer to have confidential discussions outside of the public's eye.
My word is my word. I've been fighting to the nail. I've had to fight my daddy, my uncles. I'm kidding. But I own a bunch of rentals, and I don't want to put myself in jeopardy. But I'm never going to sign an NDA, and I'll just put that on. They can trust it there. I'm just not going to sign something to put myself in some liability issue. So
why would you're saying signing this agreement that you will not sign an NDA puts you at a liability?
Well, you're signing.
If I sign that,
you're signing it as an individual.
How?
Julie just said.
I don't think she said that. If you agree that you will not sign an NDA,
deemed as a liability.
I think, and I apologize because I can't recall your exact question. That was a little bit ago. But in terms of, I mean, going back to the underlying issue of if you sign something and you say you're going to do something and you do not do that, then that could open up you to liability. The question is what amount of liability and what is the breach and that type of thing. I think but what you were saying in terms of disclosure and rentals and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so
my investments.
That I think that with respect to not perhaps not potential liability in terms of breaching the NDA, but I think what you were expressing was concern that and that's a personal thing. I can't advise you on personal
get
side
it.
of things,
I
but
get it.
could there be personal liability to you by disclosing, again, some of your rental information or that type of thing? And while I can't advise you on that,
Mhm.
my comment was, I think that's a fair concern. I don't know the answer to that,
Got it.
but,
Okay.
I just don't understand. I don't understand your concern, Ralph. This is only us as a board agreeing that we will not sign NDAs.
If you want to do it, make a motion.
Okay. I make a motion that this board believes in transparency and public participation are essential to the good government of this township, and residents have a right to be informed about significant development proposals that may affect their community. Therefore, this Board of Trustees of Scioto Township will not enter into any non-disclosure agreements, confidential agreement, or similar arrangement related to proposed development projects, zoning matters, annexations, economic development proposals, utility infrastructure projects, etc. I read that list earlier. No township official, employee, consultant, contractor, or representative acting on behalf of the township shall execute such an agreement on behalf of the township. The township shall not participate in meetings or discussions where township participation is conditioned upon the execution of a non-disclosure agreement. Nothing in this resolution shall require the disclosure of information exempt from disclosure under Ohio law. I make a motion that we sign that as a board.
Is there a second? Motion dies for lack of second.
All right, next question. Am I allowed to sign this in my individual capacity without it passing of the board?
Well,
No,
your
that's
motion was
personal.
to everybody sign that.
Yeah, collectively as a board, we agree
but
that
if you
to
read-
never sign an NDA.
But
while we
you
sit in
said
this
from what
township.
Pete said, that before you did that, this form document had to be adopted as township,
Yeah,
By
the
the board of
document,
trustees.
not the signatures, the document. So that form is not part of township policy right now.
so the answer is no.
what I would say is, as,
Ron.
Jan,
Trustee
Jan.
Jan said that, with respect to being a township document, that is correct. Obviously, individuals, you could, if you want to sign something on your own, you certainly can, in terms of, your own mission statement or that type of thing, you certainly can. But with respect to an official township document, it is not an official township document.
one more thing on this, and I'll tell you why this came about. Because an NDA was signed in Commercial Point by 3 officials. At the time, the sitting council members had zero awareness of it. Okay? So the mayor, it's not this mayor, it's previous mayor, signed it, their administrator signed it, and their village engineer signed it. But none of the council members were aware of that. That's a problem. I want to protect this township that that's not going to happen. So that's why I brought this up, hoping that I would get some.
Well, kudos to the mayor now because she let that NDA expire. So, absolutely.
Well,
Right,
that's beside. She didn't even know it existed. I mean, if
Oh,
that council at the time
I
would have.
read somewhere that it was going to be expired or something, and you decided.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So,
To
yeah.
my point, if the council at that time would have passed exactly this, that mayor and administrator and village engineer could not have signed it without the council being aware. That's what this is. No one in the township can sign an NDA if we pass this as a board without us knowing about it. Right now, there's a chance.
Who's going to sign an NDA?
Right. You're
Several.
actually.
There's several possibilities of that.
But if it's not an action of the board, it carries no weight.
Well, then how did the village do it? How did their
Because
mayor?
their governmental structure is different than
Absolutely
a township.
different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, of course it's different. I know that. But I believe their council should have had, but that's not my business. I believe council should have given the approval before they signed it. So this is just to protect the township, but it died. I tried. I'll bring it up again.
Okay.
Thank
Later
you.
time.
Please bring it up again because I'll do some research on it.
I
We have
appreciate
I
been
it.
in this
assured you that.
situation. We have been in this situation as property owners. And I don't know that this would have probably applied to anybody but you. But since you're a trustee and a developer may approach you on a personal capacity, they may want, the developer may want an agreement with you personally. We've been asked for those. not as a trustee, but as the property owner. And that would be my concern also of a gray area.
Just to clarify, I don't know what that was about. This is only to do with township business. Any of us could sign an NDA to do with our personal business. This does not affect that. This only affects township business. You
Well,
cannot
I had to
sign-
work 3 jobs in my 20s. I grew up very poverty poor. I went to bed hungry as a child. And I'm not going back there. I love to help people and displace people, but I'm not going to get my stuff yanked out from underneath of me. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll have my attorneys review
you're
what you're saying
okay,
here.
So you're saying there's a
and
price.
I just said table it and we're going to research
What?
it. I will not sign an NDA. What are you
Thank
trying
you.
to get at?
I will not sign one either.
Good.
All right. All right, moving on. No more old business. Moving on to new business. Approve a PO and payment to Fire Hose Direct for
$3,506.
$3,506.82.
Second?
Yes.
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 All right. Cybersecurity policy and multi-factor authentications on township workstations and email.
That's with you, right, Terry?
That's with me. You guys have got the resolution
Right
sitting in
here.
front of you. I gave it to you the last
Yeah.
meeting. The only thing that has changed, I sent it to Pete for review and it needed a point person. And he put me in as point person for the cybersecurity.
That's great.
So
You've
this
been
is
through this
the
from A to Z.
auditor of the state thing
That's
explaining.
the auditor of state talking about the multi-factor authentications and the need for them by local government entities.
And then this is the resolution we need to sign.
That is the,
We need to
Yes,
pass
these are
it.
connected.
We need to pass. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll move to adopt the resolution establishing a cybersecurity program and ransomware response protocol in compliance with Ohio Revised Code Section 9.64 and authorizing the township fiscal officer to oversee said program.
Second.
Yes.
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 Thanks, Terry. Something else on your plate.
Should we sign this now so we don't forget?
No, we will before we leave.
Okay.
And when we
So
sign
let's
this,
forget.
we have,
Clean copy.
I have a meeting scheduled with OPCI Tuesday at 1:00 for training. You all are welcome to attend if you want to attend. It's an introduction to training.
Right.
It's not the actual training.
Oh, okay. What's the resolution number?
26-117.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Is that the official copy we're all gonna sign?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving forward, the abandoned alleys. Did you have your hand up?
No.
Okay.
I got a legal opinion from Tony, and it's pretty bizarre because 8 years ago we had to go through this whole process, and then the county still didn't get it filed correctly. So now what the ORC is, and they sent it to me, and apparently it's changed. I don't. Anyway. It says, as used on a section road means a road, a portion of a road, which is not used to calculate distributions of the auto registration distribution fund under Division E of Section 4504. So the synopsis of this is we have Board of Trustees may petition the Board of County Commissioners to vacate a township road or a portion of the township road by passing a resolution that requests the vacation of the road or portion and includes a description of the general route and termini of the road or portion. The township clerk shall file a copy of the resolution with the Board of County Commissioners and certify another copy to the county engineer. Within 30 days after receipt of the copy of the resolution, the engineer shall issue to the Board of County Commissioners a written report similar to content to reports under that same section 5553.06 of the ORC. The failure of the engineer to provide this report does not affect the actions required under the section and does not invalidate the vacation of the road or portion of a road under this section. Upon receipt of the copy of the township's resolution, the Board of the Commissioners shall set a date for a public hearing on the vacating of that road or portion of the road that is not more than 45 days. After that date, that the resolution is filed with the board. The clerk of the board shall notify by regular mail the landowners abutting the road and or portion of the road proposed to be vacated. The notice shall be sent at least 20 days before the board's public hearing. Shall state that the Board of Township Trustees has filed a resolution requesting the vacate of the specified road or portion of the road under this section, and shall inform the landowners of the time and place of the public hearing on this issue. The notice shall be mailed to the addresses to the abutting land owners as they appear on the county auditor's current tax list or the county treasurer's mailing list. Failure of portion of a road under this section. After the public hearing, if the
You
board
missed
of
the whole line there, Bob.
Failure of the delivery of this notice to any abutting landowner does not invalidate the vacation of a road or a portion of a road under
yeah,
this
I just
section.
read that.
No, you missed that whole bottom line.
Okay.
It's read now. Go on.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you got to read all this. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
I just want people to know, after the public hearing, if the Board of County Commissioners determines that the vacation of the road or portion of the road would be for the public convenience or welfare, it shall adopt a resolution by the majority vote declaring the road or portion to be vacated and filed a certified copy of the resolution with the petitioner Board of Township Trustees and the county recorder and the county engineer. Here's where it gets really tricky. Not tricky. This defines it. If the Board of County Commissioners fails to vote on this issue of vacating that road or portion of the board within 60 days after the township's resolution is filed with it, the road or portion of the road specified in the resolution shall be deemed to be vacated. So what I am understanding of this to read, and I even asked Tony, and we went back a couple times, and he said if they do not pick it up to vote on it in the 60 days, then it's considered vacated. Previously, I was told years ago that they had to vote on it, the commissioners, and if they didn't vote on it, well, so we just went in limbo. We only have one alley in the Little Orient that is vacated. It is on High Street, north of Mill Street. There was an issue with some utility easements. I have one alley I want to get done and see how fast this is and how good this is. I have ladies that call me daily, and their alley that's there is, you can't even tell it's an alley. It's all grass. I mean, there's no gravel or nothing. It's all
So
grass.
technically, right now, we would have to maintain that.
Yes, sir.
I have another alley. I live in the village of Orient.
Oh, yes, sir.
Mill Street, 5422 Mill Street, and Elias lives right next to me. The alley we have in between us is all tree grown and everything. Couldn't even drive along if you wanted.
So it looks like I may have two alleys that I want to.
And I've got a map of which one it is.
Okay, no, perfect. I'll get with you and I'll give you my card and all that. That's not a problem at all. So,
Okay.
yes.
Would you want us to vacate it or?
Well, I mean, if they vacate,
Let me see
that
your
means
map,
you
because
get-
one
do
of
you have a
these-
map?
Sorry,
Because
I
one of
couldn't
the
really hear him
alleys, the engineer denied vacation of it a couple years ago because of easements through there.
I know it's a
This is
pain
Mill
snow
Street.
plowing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So West Alley goes out to 762, and then the red line's where that alley used to continue on, but it's been abandoned since.
I think this is the one that's vacated.
So then the surveyor that I had said that he needed something from the county or something so he could survey, because don't you get 6 and 6 feet of that alley, each property
Yes.
owner?
Yes.
So how do I go forward with that to
I'll
get
give
it
you my card.
resurveyed? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
That is. I even called Jim Mikowski. That was a zoning inspector. Love him and Sandy. But anyway, he even told me the stuff and said, they always said there was a list of alleys that were vacated. But he said the only one that ever went through was on High Street, north of Mill Street. That's exactly where your line is. Yeah. So I'll get with you and I'll make sure and I'll get something from the county for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Hold on, give you my card.
have it. There,
So
right
you
there.
don't run out.
Yeah, 'cause the house that burnt down in Orient, there's stuff on that alley going into my property, and I'm just not gonna mess with anything.
No,
It's not
absolutely.
gonna serve it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But text me and then I will, I'll come out tomorrow and take a look and I got my measuring tapes. I even got a roller thing now, so.
So you
Okay,
think
thank you very
that
much.
road has already been through this process?
Vacated,
Well, the
yeah.
old process.
As you saw his
Yes.
picture, it's all grass and trees.
Well, I know, but
But no, that has been vacated. Absolutely.
because if it wasn't, we would have to do something with that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But if
He'll
it
investigate,
has-
but I'm almost
I'll bring-
positive that's the one that actually was vacated.
Where that line
That
is
makes sense. If it's
exactly
that
what the
far
county
back
told me
over.
was vacated. It was the only one vacated was that one.
Yeah.
Because there's trees, grass, and there was some kind of utility easement.
Decades
But
ago.
that doesn't, the
Been
township
10
will
years.
make a resolution
So
to
he needs that information.
make sure if it was not done, that it's already been vacated. So all we would have to do is make it, and I'll get with county prosecutor, they help with the legal, and they know all the ins and outs about abandoned alleys and stuff, so, but
Trustee
yeah.
Wolf, one additional point. if
Yes,
I may.
Joy.
While I know that the prosecutor's been involved, I do want to close the loop on one thing.
Uh-huh.
You're exactly right that, once the township passes the resolution, you send it to the county. If the commissioners don't do anything within that time period,
60 days.
you're not stuck. You're like, great, we can move
Absolutely.
forward. The trustees do have to pass another resolution
Mhm.
declaring it to be vacated. So there are two resolutions.
Right, the
Just wanna
first
make
one,
sure.
if the commissioners don't, we have
Yep.
the 60 days, and if not, then we have another resolution.
Correct.
Absolutely,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't get to the last paragraph, but you're good.
Okay.
I've educated myself about this because so many calls come in, and I'm like, and even Travis, the zoning inspector, he doesn't know, and he's like, well, there's a whole list, and I'm like, well, there was, but
We actually would need a current map of the former village of Orient to describe the alley that you're wanting to make a resolution.
not a problem. I'll have it here in 2 weeks.
I mean, there's probably one here now if you want to do it now, but if you want to wait, that's fine too. But
What I'll do is I'll table for now in
Okay.
2 weeks, and then I'll verify with this resident, exactly if their alley is vacated. Then I'll bring everything in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Copy of the whole Orient map and everything. So that's not
Okay.
a problem.
all right,
Yeah. What's your name, by the way?
Kurt Lewis.
Kurt Lewis. Okay.
all right. Next item on the agenda, trustee meeting opening prayer. We discussed this at length a few weeks ago or a few months ago, and I thought it was pretty much decided on. The board took a vote and voted no, so I don't see why there's any need for any more discussion on it.
I requested this be added to the agenda because, I watch a lot of meetings in the county. Guess it's a hobby of mine, to say the least. But I watch Asheville, they stand up and they say a prayer before they start their meetings. When I was doing this a while back when I first started, people very few people actually had a problem with it. Told me it was unconstitutional, it's separation church state, this and that. And I got doing some research, and that's completely false. This is more about our culture, our heritage. This is tradition. Then I watch Circleville's meetings, and they stand up there and they actually say the Lord's Prayer before the meeting begins. So the reason why I added it to the agenda is because I do think that to preserve our heritage, our culture, our traditions of Scioto Township, that's not something that's been lost. I was told by a lady here before I was trustee, she said, they used to say the Lord's Prayer before they started the meetings. I said, they really did? She said, yeah, I remember. I sat right in the room when they did it. So somewhere along the way that was lost. And I know with a community, little things just start falling off, and before you know it, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So that's why I put this on the agenda. I think that it would be a good idea to do a little research, and I don't want a big, long, lengthy argument discussion on this tonight. I just don't want this to be one of those things that is lost to overgrowth and overdevelopment, where suddenly you're in the country, the city creeps in, and you start losing these very important things that is a tradition to our society. It has nothing to do with religion.
The problem
it's about
is
tradition. And
it's
once you
not
start
about
losing these
tradition.
things-
It's about religion, and we have multiple factions of different religions in our community. So, in my opinion, you can't single out one.
Well, it wouldn't be about religion. It's simply about tradition. It was spoken. They started their meetings. We got a whole list of trustees that serve this township.
Yeah,
A big majority of them, up until recently, said a prayer before they started or recited the Lord's Prayer.
I can tell you,
And
it
it's not
hasn't been-
religion. It's just tradition.
It hasn't been done since I've been coming to meetings, and I've been coming to meetings since 2015. Actually, before that.
I just want to marginalize any of the residents that aren't believe in God, Christians. There's
It's
other
not
faiths out
It's not
there, so.
marginalizing them. If they can't respect the traditions of our community, that's their problem. That's not our problem. Has nothing to do with a certain religion. It's simply respecting what got us here as a township, our traditions. Once you start losing one of them, and that's a big one for me,
Yeah. Well,
they all start falling off. So
I'm not
like I said,
interested in entertaining it
you're not
anymore.
interested in entertaining
No.
starting the meeting with a prayer?
No.
Okay. Well, I am, so I'm not going to drop it. I'll do more research and I'll keep bringing things to this board to show you the relevance of it and how it's a firm foundation of this community. And I think it needs to
I'll do some
come back.
research. We'll leave it on there.
I
I'll do some
appreciate it.
research. Absolutely.
Things change, Ron. So you're against it, but things change. Somebody else might be for it.
Okay. Moving on.
Actually, you were the one that told me that, Debbie. That they used to recite the Lord's Prayer here at the beginning of the meetings.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
And you're
Yes,
lying.
No, I'm not lying. I wasn't going to say something until you brought it up.
They're even allowed to pray in schools anymore.
Oh, absolutely they are. I know a lot of very good teachers that when
Maybe
students
your
ask them to
kids
pray,
do.
they'll pray with them because they're allowed to, and it's our constitutional right. No government's going to infringe on my right of religion, and this township's not going to start doing it under my watch.
All right. Freedom of Information Act requests.
Yeah, this is something I also asked. Yeah, I'm not a part of that hate page anymore. It's in the community. Some government officials actually still interact with it. Why? I don't know. It's completely full of hate. It's full of anonymous people that trash not only myself, but these two on the board, council members. It's actually called the official of a government. I'm not even going to say a name because I don't want to draw people to it. But there's something circulating. Somebody sent me that there has been 25 FOIA requests for Wasmus, and he won't even respond. He won't turn them over. I just want to state right now that is completely false. I got elected to this township for transparency and my thoughts on that. Doing public records requests, I do them every week. I don't respect a government that doesn't turn them over. Commercial Point does a great job actually turning their public records requests over, and so does this township. I know Terry does a great job, and every trustee sitting up here. So that's completely false. I've responded to every single public records request in full. You've gotten a response. Some have gone through legal. But there's been a response on every single one, and everything this community wants. I'm an open book. I know these guys are too. So if you think something's not being answered, send it again because it must have got lost in the mail. We have responded to every single request. And I can tell you one thing, there's only been about 3 or 4. There's not 25 open public records requests. An anonymous person that's posting this stuff, don't believe a word they're saying. Come straight to the man they're talking about, and I will tell you the truth. I know these guys will do the same thing. So I want to confirm, is
We
there
have a hand.
any open public records request in this township?
No, there is not.
Thank you.
I saw one where it said something about a square cameras.
And it
right
was
or no?
responded to.
You responded to that? Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Go ahead. We have a hand. Sorry, Ron.
Yes.
Yes, Mayor.
I just, it dawned on me when you guys were discussing NDAs, that's something I wanted to, answer. You know, Trustee Wasmus put it out that, you know, the village had signed an NDA with Knova and was asking me questions, and other people were. I'm not going to respond to Facebook. I will say that I didn't even know that NDA existed. I made it very clear with the AWS NDA that I would not sign another NDA. I
Thank
do
you.
think that you have, for a village standpoint, a good idea with a resolution that council should be involved in that, because we were never involved in
Yeah.
that.
That-
So,
That don't get signed without council
Right.
approval.
yeah,
Thank you.
and I have no problem with creating that and bringing it to council, because I think it should be a united front. You guys are a little different than how we are.
Yeah, I'm over here all by myself.
The second
I'm with
thing,
you, Ralph. Just sometimes we butt heads every once in a while.
the second thing I wanted to
It's called
mention
passion.
was, you know, you said, you know, this page isn't for gossip or whatever. You're putting out facts. There was a,
Talking about my page?
yes,
Oh, I wasn't talking about mine. I was talking about that other one.
I know, I'm talking about yours.
Okay.
There was a message that apparently Wendy Sizemore sent to, she told me she sent it to someone who ran against me. And it got to you. That never happened.
Well, it wasn't that person that.
Okay.
said it.
I'm telling you, you put it out there before you had any facts about it. You didn't reach out to me or call me and say, hey, I can tell you 100% that is not true. I can tell you the previous men's club president reached out to a council member about something else and said, oh, and by the way, I don't know where that came from. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want my reputation tarnished. I pride myself with how I conduct myself and how I treat others. And I would just ask that before you do something like that, please just have the dignity to reach out to me and ask me. Because it was none of that was true.
Well, everything I reported was. She did say that.
She did
But
say that.
I'm
But
with
it
you.
wasn't true.
I mean, this is my personal stuff, but I have no problem talking about. Just to make it clear, this is not township business. Or what I'm talking about right now. But that was put out there. I 100% believe you. You have proved that to me that I can trust what you're saying. This person, not so much. So yeah, they said it. I don't believe it. Thank you for confirming that, and thank you for opening that communication again. Because at one point we did have that. And I could ask you, hey Nancy, would you give a comment? Would you look at this before I posted?
Yeah, you know,
So
I'm
yeah,
not,
opening up that communication. Thank you. I would love
I'm
to
just
start
not
doing
one
that
to
again.
really comment on Facebook and go back and forth because things
Right.
can get twisted, things can get
100%.
and I just would rather have face-to-face conversations is how I be.
Mm-hmm.
But I just forgot about the NDA thing when you started mentioning. I thought
Yeah,
I
I
wanted to make that clear.
appreciate you.
So, but
being
yeah,
willing
I
to do
appreciate
that.
your idea. I think it's a great idea.
Thank
So,
you.
all right,
Well,
thank
it's
you.
all
Thanks,
about.
Mayor.
I'll give you my word. Anything else about you, I'll give.
You got that on record, right?
Is this all the same meeting?
Yes,
Yeah, I don't.
just one meeting.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, we just gotta make a motion to adjourn after we're done signing, but thank you. Have a nice evening, sir. Thanks for always coming, by the way.
Oh, before I forget.
Good night, Virginia, or Gina.
County Budget Commission meeting is Wednesday, August 3rd at 2:30.
See ya.
Oh, shoot.
One other thing I need to tell you guys too was that I went to the County Trustees Association meeting and the DAC meeting.
Yeah.
The increase for the health department passed 11-7.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
11
That's
to
surprising.
Some
Yeah.
trustees might vote against it.
Huh. Oh,
Is that
we
too-
sure will.
11-7, that's 18.
And then the
Can't say we don't have a backbone around here.
the Cooper guy was who was elected for the spot.
Okay, that's the one we was wanting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one good thing out of that meeting. then. Just there, right on that one.
Have a nice night, Julie. Thank you so much. It's
Another-
good to see you.
Thanks
Don't
so
be a
much.
stranger.
Another
Absolutely.
Did we give you enough to want to come back?
Anytime.
It's always lively around here. Won't be no snooze fest like all them other townships.
another
What, man, I had one of those this week. I literally like, what am I doing here? Good to see you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if anything comes up, you know where to find me.
Okay.
or please. So,
Thank you. Thank
Another-
you.
good to see
Great.
you.
Yep,
Thanks so
take
much.
care.
another note. The county land use plan that they're working on right now.
Oh, go right ahead, Terry.
They're wanting to have a meeting with all the township trustees. Like one big meeting, because they want a lot of township input on that. I think they're talking sometime in September. And they've talked to the prosecutor and Judge Peters. And she said in this type of meeting that they want to have, that it would not violate our sunshine laws
Oh, okay.
and have to have a Scioto Township trustee special meeting posted for that. So as I get information on the date, I will pass that along to
Okay.
you gentlemen.
Absolutely.
It'd be like an outing. Like we'd have to schedule an outing.
It's a
Like we're
potluck.
holding up.
They, according to what they said, that we wouldn't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Because
Just show up and-
there would be no votes by the board of trustees.
They're just
Uh,
presenting stuff.
They're
Yeah,
presenting
makes
stuff and asking for suggestions.
Oh, okay.
It's
Like
like
brainstorming meeting, pretty much brainstorming.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know, like the president and the vice president never see each other outside of meetings. Like this will be our, our one chance to see each other outside of a meeting, other than snow plowing.
So, oh,
Yeah, we
and
gotta
then
put you through
one
some
other
training
thing
before the
I
snow comes
forgot.
in, Corey.
Say it again.
To put you through some training.
He
before
already
the-
talked.
Man, I know what's
I'm
going on.
Um,
Teach you, bro. Teach you how to use that freaking.
I got
I
it.
ran circles around you, but
What
one-
you call it? Literally, huh?
One thing on roads, I
Uh-huh.
got a phone call last week from a contractor, and I know you guys are doing all this time, but it was from up north. Can't think of his name. They're gonna be in the township doing other work. They do crack sealing and stuff like that.
oh, okay.
And I know you gentlemen had mentioned that you wanted to possibly do something with.
Oh,
some
for sure.
cracks and stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
absolutely. Yeah.
So if I get this guy's information, I will forward it to both of you.
Perfect.
And you guys talk to him. On that same note, the company that we've used in the past
Hey, Terry.
is called Bituminous Payment Systems.
Good.
They're
Good.
out of Columbus.
Like that? Like 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Sure, Terry.
You can read my handwriting.
BPS.
That's the only update I have for you.
Okay.
So
As long as it works, as long as.
that, and I
It's a good
know
thing.
Rose Brothers also does crack sealing. So that would give you 3 contractors. I have seen the name of this company that called me the other day at the OTA conferences.
Mm.
They're from northeast
Canton or
Ohio,
something?
Canton, Cleveland, Canton, Akron, that area
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, just forward us the information. I'll make sure to reach out and all that. So
Okay, so I
Is that
just want-
something that we would, I mean, we would probably just have to have another special meeting or do it in a
no,
meeting?
just in the trustee
do it.
meeting. We'll
Get
put it on the
bids and
agenda that
stuff.
Yeah.
somebody's gonna come in, or here's some roads that we need to address for crack seal. So
Yeah, and
crack sealing.
probably those roads, the crack sealing would probably come underneath under your threshold
Mm-hmm.
for the bid
Right, right,
thing.
right.
So, I mean, if
Almost
you
like spot labor with them.
yeah, but I
for-
mean, it would, usually when we did crack sealing before, it was way under the threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? What is it now? 105?
That's what Pete said after that last
Threshold,
one.
105,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to
So-
be 50 when I was trustee. You had
Oh.
those things were a lot cheaper then.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, absolutely.
So
I
anyhow,
mean, back in the 50s, man, it was like,
Oh,
you
what
could
a-
buy a gallon. He's turning 60 tomorrow, so we gotta give him a
Oh,
hard
it's a
time.
big birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow's big birthday.
Wow.
Yep.
Here, I thought I was older
July.
than you.
Yep.
see, 24th, yeah, it's Friday.
We should have sung happy
I turned-
birthday to you tonight. We
I
won't
turned-
see you again before then.
I turned 59 on Sunday.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, happy
Same to
birthday
you.
to both
Happy
of you.
birthday. Guys' birthdays are pretty close, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Motion to adjourn.